I mean, I had already thought about what I was going to do, you know, with the which one comes first. It doesn't seem, I mean, it's a long way from logical to me to buy a skid steer right now. It is. It just, I mean, that would be, I mean, not only a bad move, but that would be a really bad move. You know, you've got to be, you know, you know, when you start buying stuff like what I'm having to buy and start having issues like I'm having with trucks and everything, you gotta look at the whole big picture, right? You gotta look at well, where I'm at. You can't be thinking about where you are or where your business is or what you would do if it were you, because your circumstances are different than mine. See, my circumstances are, okay, let's lay the basic groundwork down first. We're cutting grass. That's what we do. Okay? That's getting more and more profitable every season because my density is getting better and better. This season is more profitable than ever. And I can, you know, cry about the help and cry about everything, the heat. But at the end of the day, we're pushing through and we're, you know, making good money. And my expenses are not as much as they used to be. But usually when your expenses start going down, that means something's finna happen. You know, truck and, you know, mowers and, you know, that kind of thing. Usually a mower, I'll go, you know, in the very beginning, you know, when I bought the first Exmark Lazer Z, I went 6 years before I bought the next Exmark Lazer Z. Now, I did buy a couple of used mowers along that time period. But you got to understand where I'm at. So by default, we know that we're going to be cutting grass next year. I got contracts and everything, so I know that I'm going to be cutting grass next year. It ain't, you know, if if I survive the winter, you know, if I live, you know, I'm going to be cutting grass. And before I go into the off season, I need to figure out what it's going to take to get a truck or fix that truck. I'm not really, you know, gung-ho about fixing that truck. Not as I sit here today. But I'm not going to rule it out all the way either. Something's going to have to give though. But so when we roll into January and February, I want to have the lawn care, mowers, trucks, all the trailers, whatever, situated, so when the spring rush hits, I'm ready and I can take on all the work. And I don't have to worry about pulling a trailer around with a Kia. It doesn't have a freaking truck bed. The Kia is just a backup, and it's been great, but it's not a truck. There's a lot of things you can do with a truck that you can't do with the Kia. You know, can't put nothing in the bed of the Kia. It doesn't have one. So, and it's not really, you know, designed for what I'm using it for. But it is good in a pinch, and it's great to pull the man lift with it. But all you guys, you know, I don't think any of you guys that I remember in the comments, I don't think any of you guys said, yeah, buy the skid steer first. I don't think nobody said that, because that's like, what? I'm not saying it's a bad move, but it's a bad move for me. I want to have everything set for the lawn care next season. When I'm sitting down doing my taxes and all for this year, I want to already be set up for next year. I don't have to worry about lawnmowers. I don't have to worry about weed eaters or blowers or customers. The only thing I got to worry about is a truck for the lawn mowing season. If that's a small price to pay to be able to go into the next season, strong, because I got the mowers. I got a brand new mower. It's got 150 hours on it, and the other one's got 1,000 hours on it. You know, so I mean, I can run this business with 2 mowers. And our density is getting so much better that it is almost eliminated the third guy's job. It's a little bit overwhelming without the third guy. You're not going to be doing a lot of extra stuff, you know, like side jobs and things like that. But see, I can hire day labor for that. And then, you know, in the off season, I'm going to go through my database and all my customers, and I'm going to go up on quite a few of them, probably 75 or 80%. I'm going up. Not significantly, but, you know, $10 or $15, something like that. It's just according to, you know, each one will be a little bit different. Going up $10 would be the minimum I'm going up. And then, you know, $50 will probably be the maximum I'm going up on some properties. You know, I know this property right here, the HOA is going to pay more. We got that in the contract, so I don't know, man. It'd be really ugly to go into next season cutting grass with the Kia in this truck. Dude, come on, man. There ain't no freaking way I'm gonna do that, dude. No way. Where did these ideas come from, y'all? I mean, the more I think about it, the more just what I'm saying to myself. Where the hell did you get that from? How does that happen? Someone, please tell me the logic behind that. Please tell me the logic behind buying a skid steer before I get a truck, or the truck situation straightened out. Someone please tell me the logic behind that. Please tell me the do's, the goods, and the bads of that scenario. Say I do that, okay, just for video purposes. I buy the skid steer. Nice, pretty skid steer, right? Beautiful. Put 20 grand cash down on it, sell my T190 for another, I don't know, 18,000 or whatever. $38,000 put down on a new skid steer, give or take. Get my payment to, you know, $700 a month, give or take. Then what? Well, y'all see that I don't have just bukus of skid steer work, right? You know, and I thought another guy was saying, you know, well, man, you could beef up the skid steer and put this in and that. See, I wouldn't want to do all that. There's too many other little things that I need in a new skid steer that I don't have in the one I have now. Number one thing being AC. I want an enclosed cab with air conditioning. That's what I want. I don't want to say ever, but I ain't fitting to buy a machine that don't have AC. And I want a new machine. I want a new one, man, with a warranty, where I'm the only one that's ever ran it. Buying a used machine is well, they're expensive, man. Hell, a good used machine that I need, that I want, that, you know, a good used one, shit, have 2,000 hours on it. They're going to want $45,000 or $50,000 for it, or $45,000 or something like that for it. You know, and I don't know anything about the 2,000 or 1,500 hours that are on it. A lot of things that can go wrong with a skid steer. At least if I buy a brand new one, I'll know everything. That's critical. We're talking about the long game, right? We're talking about, I'm patient enough. I ain't in a hurry. I'm banking money. I'm banking money cutting grass, and it's significant. It ain't no chump change. So I could bank more if I did more skid steer work. True enough. But my thing is, well, there's a couple of things. Number one, I gotta find one that's available. Number two, I gotta sell mine, and I'm not gonna want to go a day without a skid steer. I got all these attachments. If I sell my skid steer and then turn around and have to wait a year to get a new one, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. But in order for me to use the money from the sale of my skid steer plus maybe $20,000 in cash to put down on a new skid steer, you go into a dealer with, you know, I don't know, $35,000 or $40,000 in cash. You can get your payment down really low. I said really low. I mean, a skid steer payment of $600 a month would be sweet. But the logic behind the truck thing and versus a skid steer is, I just want to know why someone would even think that would be the best thing to do, is a skid steer instead of a truck for me right now in this business I'm in right now today. What's the logic behind that? I don't see it. I mean, I don't see it, man. It's a given I'm cutting grass next year, though. We know that. I just bought a brand new lawnmower, and we fixing to park the brand new lawnmower. That brand new lawnmower is not even going to have 200 hours on it going into next year. I'm not going to be using it all the time now that we're out of the mowing season and I don't have the third person. I'm gonna park that thing in the shipping container and lock it down, you know, for the winterize it. So next year, when I roll up next year and I'm starting the season, I got essentially a brand new lawnmower ready to go, and a truck to pull it, and you know, just so many things about keeping the Kia that don't make sense to me, dude. Another thing that nobody's really even talked about is I can't grow with the Kia. I can't, shit. I mean, it's doing good to pull that 10-foot trailer, that 6x10 trailer. I wouldn't mind having a tandem axle 14-foot trailer for the other rig, so that other rig can pull 2 mowers. Right now, the other rig can't pull 2 mowers, even when I had the truck. There's so many things you need to think about, and for guys that jump to the conclusion, okay, do this or that, that could be really detrimental to the business. You know, doing the skid steer thing first. When I have a skid steer sitting there, I said it's sitting there, paid for, that runs. I could crank it up right now and go make money with it. It's not like that with the other truck. But I wish somebody would come in and tell me what is their reasoning to buy a skid steer before I buy a truck for me. What's the reasoning for that? What makes you say that? Or you just saying that? You know, it sounds good, I guess. Not to me, it don't sound smart at all. I mean, it's not even something to even think about. But for a guy to come in the comments that has a big business or had or whatever, for him to come in the comments and you know, say something like, you know, if the Kia's doing what it's supposed to do, man, just keep the Kia going, and maybe a Bobcat will be the best investment. No investment would be better than buying a Bobcat investment right now. I'd rather just keep stacking. Just keep stacking. I'm good. Because the Kia is not going to do anything more than what it's doing now. It's not going to pull a 14-foot trailer. It's not going to, you know, I'd like to get a 14-foot trailer where I put 2 mowers on that trailer. This trailer that I have right here is a 16-foot trailer. And I ain't opposed to getting rid of the 10-foot trailer. Can't never have too many trailers though, really. Oh, y'all, I gotta cut some grass, man.